I will be doing a video inside today. So hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Haven't posted a video in a while. This one will be on the pre-2005 pre-ban Mini 14 tech sight. It's like a rear sight upgrade to replace this guy. The standard sight of the day is okay for plinking and target practice, but I like accuracy. And so I scoured the internet looking for the little how-to videos. I'm a visual guy. I like to see it done first, and then I'll tackle it, whether it's working on a car, taking apart a sink at the neighbor's, whatever, working on a tractor, go cut someone's grass, doesn't matter. If I see it and I think I can do it, I get it done. So rather than just be a consumer, I'll make a video hopefully and give someone else the opportunity to see how a rear sight is installed on a pre-ban Mini 14. And not sponsored or anything like that, but I will be talking about the tech sight a little bit, and who knows, maybe several other things. So my recommendation would be, if you don't like the audio, you can mute the video and then play it on 2 times the speed if you want, and cut through a lot of the shenanigans that I'll probably be conducting, because as you know, this channel isn't a gun channel or anything like that, but it's a educational channel, and sometimes we have to deal with civil rights and amendment topics and things like that, because sometimes people forget. So I hope you enjoy the video. And alright, so I got some tools. First thing what we'll do, take off this super duper high-end low quality scope. I think it came with the rifle. I bought this years ago when I was in the Air Force, after hearing stories about my dad having one when he was armed security. They trained somewhere just below SWAT team level, and he did some pretty cool things in life, and I had a whole bunch of money then, and I went and bought it, sent it to him. Don't know if he ever even shot it, and then I ended up with it anyway. So this is kind of one of those, my dad can beat up your dad videos. Well, not really. Maybe my dad is stronger than your dad. But if you get your dad a new tech sight for Mini 14, then your dad will be as strong as my daddy. And hopefully, you know, father, son, or daughter, whatever, y'all can go out shooting together and have fun with one another. So this is sort of one of those AMSR whatever videos also, I guess, where they do all that unboxing stuff. I don't know. But you open the main box and you get something like that. Not really sure if that's backwards on the recording also or not, but this particular sight that I had to get was the RR200, and use a tool. Let's see what we got. Okay, so it's a little box. Looks like we got a main carrier or housing body of some sort. Some destructions. I'm sure those are going to be very handy. And not too many bags of spare pieces, but boy, these are some tiny pieces to work with here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Focus. And don't know how the audio is going to come out or the video, but I don't do all that fancy stuff. This is some kind of, oh, this is your elevation adjustment for your rear sight. It's a smaller aperture, looks like. Okay. Compared to the bigger one. Alright. Yeah, I had to wait for the wife to take the boy to work, so it's a little bit later in the day. He's almost driving now. And we may have other distractions with the dog walking by, or the cat, or whatever. I won't sit and read all these instructions to you, but basically it looks like the first step is to take a punch and knock out this keeper right here. This roll, like a roll pin. It's not solid, some kind of roll pin. I'll try and keep everything in view. Got these punches, this punch set from a fella named Mr. Sam from Ireland. Came over as a boy and lived a good life. He was in the military and recently died a few years ago. And he was a good dude. I got a few of his tools and things like that. The wife did some work for them and they became friends. And it's nice to talk to people when they're still alive, by the way. So let me see if I can maybe roll this pin up. I'm going to need a hammer. One like this, you ask? Probably not. One like this, maybe. I think the instructions said 1/16 of an inch punch. This looks pretty close. Some of your good punches will say 1/16. Doesn't feel like this is under spring tension. Yeah, looks like it's moving. Maybe this kind of stuff is what spooks a lot of people from getting these sights, because it's not just screw it on and go. It's an actual assembly. Not a gunsmith, anything like that. This is just to help somebody else, maybe. Stick my pieces in this top. Last thing Mr. Sam said was, yeah, use it. I said, okay, I'll take it. Okay, see, alright. See, there's no videos that tell you how to do this, so it's kind of trial and error. I wonder how many years of gun lube is sitting in there. Okay. I may pause and come back once I figure this out so y'all don't have to sit and wonder what in the world I'm doing. I think I gotta unscrew that though. I'll tell you if that's what it ends up being. Looks like that's what's going on. Unscrew it. Holding this detent in on the other side till it's out far enough. Okay. You just can't see my serial number on the other side, that's all. Now, just in case if I ever have to put this old sight back on, save all the pieces and pre-assemble it back together. Oop, something did shoot out. It is under spring tension, so be aware. If one of you guys ends up doing one of these. But an internet search for better sites should reveal the tech site website for you. A little maintenance while I'm in here. I wish that someone would come out with a nice global front site also, so I can have front and rear global sites. But this is what that detent looks like there, or a little, I don't know, catch knob, stop, whatever. Give her a wipe and drop it in the bucket. Okay. And there's the body of the other site. I'll compare hole size, the site size. Quite a difference. Should be plenty more accurate with the new one. I like it. Also, there's a little guy came out the bottom for your elevation. Wipe all this gack off. I should go grab a little bit of some kind of lubricating oil. Oh great, thank you Mr. Magic Camera Person. Alright, I got some general purpose lube. It's like magic. Oh, and also safety is very important when you're at the gun range or wherever. So wear safety glasses when you're messing with stuff like this. You know, springs, tensions, aerosol sprays, airsoft, BB guns, 223, whatever. Safety glasses. So it's pretty important. Alright, let's look at these instructions. Now there's not actual, there's kind of step-by-step instructions, but it's more like if you're mechanically inclined, you can take a drawing like this and piece it back together. I assume somewhat reverse of the original sight, only with a couple extra pieces it looks like. But speaking about important things, do you know your First Amendment? Your First Amendment, first law of the land, they say. It's pretty important. If you know the 5 elements of the First Amendment, you can bleep bloop them, I guess, down in the comments below there. Like and subscribe there. Give a shout out there. And like there or something. That would be helpful. Not doing this again for any money or fame or anything, just maybe it'll help somebody someday. So you have the freedom of speech, right to assemble, assemble as a human being, not assemble parts like I'm doing. The ability to redress your government for grievances. Freedom of the press. Oh yeah, I think the reason for all of the First Amendment, the freedom of religion, seems to be becoming more and more important as time goes. More and more people are becoming vocal. I guess they're just tired of being beat down, held back or something. Alright, so I've got these pieces. Again, that's without the package, the new body carrier. And long pause, let's go ahead and do some poor man editing and edit long pause out. Alright, so pre-assembled a couple of these pieces, and this is kind of your index washer with the little tang in it, and goes on your adjustment. They were nice enough to put the ball bearings in it that do press and they lock, or I guess they click as you rotate. There's a wave washer and some kind of bushing. Wave washer being something that's kind of pre-bent. I'm not sure how well that's showing up. That can add tension. Two things. Tension can be good if it's the right kind of tension and love. You know, we're supposed to love one another, not do harm to one another. And looks like we should be able to go ahead and put this together. It does say to use a little bit of something viscous. I think that's how they say it. So I'm going to use some tools and apply a little clear grease to this spring and plunger. They're pretty tiny to try and show you, but okay. I'll just try and apply a little here. As I get older, I get a little more clumsy, almost on purpose, with tiny parts. You just get tired of fussing, you know. I'm gonna guess this goes on the bottom side here without this hair. Okay. Apply a little more clear grease. Because a famous man said, love one another. Donald Trump finally come out and said, you know, tit for tat has to stop sometime. Otherwise you have presidents going after ex-presidents' wives and different things like that. That's not good. But Jesus said, love one another, love your neighbor. You say, well, who is my neighbor? Well, in the original Aramaic, the idea of neighbor was anyone that you think about. So even if you think of yourself, you're your own neighbor. The issue is people have corrupt data in their memory banks to work with, and they may have learned things wrong, or there's different reasons for why people do different crazy strange things. But you can properly love yourself. The Aramaic idea of forgiveness is to go within one's own being and remove that which does not belong. not to go and pardon somebody for some perceived wrongdoing. Otherwise, I mean, that's all you would do is spend all your time doing that. It's like if your eye offends you or your hand offends you, cut it off. I don't see anybody doing that. So it's got to mean something else. Alright, so I got one set in here on the bottom of this carrier, and then pre-greased that up with the spring and that little detent ball. And I'm going to try and fit it. I wish you guys can see here. But, you know, budget and camera and everything. So I'll try and drop this in like so. The grease will help things feel nice and smooth while rotating your adjustment, but it also helps. It makes a stick. Makes it stick. Get into a sticky situation here. Alright, so I'm gonna lay this in here. All done. And then the next thing, your actual rear sight. And it is threaded inside that hole, and this bolt windage knob runs through that, and it is also threaded. And there is a notch cut out on the other side of this, approximately clocked right there on the other side, that I'm going to line this up with, start this through. Actually, you know what? I'm going to apply a little bit of clear grease. Not everyone's favorite WD lube, even though that's pretty handy stuff to have. I'm gonna stick this in here. And even when you're lubricating your favorite pellet air rifle, you use motor oil. It does stick around longer, it works better. Works better than the WD stuff, but I've got cans of WD all over for everything. But that's one of the things you don't want to use it on. Alright, and somehow all this gets finagled in there with the ball and the spring on that end. I believe it's there, yes. This, yes, keeps a nice tension. And I'll rotate. So I got my knob clocked. I got this one to screw in till it comes out the other side. And until it comes out the other side. I can't show it at the same time here, apparently. All that feels pretty good. Put that. Notice my finger placement is natural off the trigger. It's a good habit to be in. We're not in combat anymore. Also learned that from Daddy. Okay. Alright, now that's all the way over. Okay. Tension or wave washer. think I hear the wife. We'll capture that in there if we can. Hey babe, you could come in. This is a family-friendly show. And the baby's sleeping anyway, so. Alright, so I see I'm gonna have to somehow magic tool go getter, get ready and go. Definitely some stellar editing there, magic skills. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap these in masking tape so I don't gall up my finish. Throw some on here. You pinching that baby again? Yeah. You're pinching him again? Are you pinching him again?
No, whenever you move the chair.
Oh, okay. He just woke up from a nap. Come on, cat. That's our rescue tortoiseshell. Alright, you gotta go. What? Does the same thing when I'm sitting at the computer editing or whatever. She likes to come hang out. Likes people, hates other cats. I got another cat, loves cats, hates people. I don't know. Nope, I can't come back that way. Nope. There you go. Alright, my little C-clip. I think they call it something else. A retaining ring. Oh, how exquisite. And there's your little E-clip, I guess, because it's like an E. It's a C-clip. I'll try to put that on the outside. My guess, never done this before, my guess is squeeze here. Actually, I'm going to throw a little bit of clear lube on there, maybe. You know, because I like getting grease all over. And throw some in there. Throw a little bit more. Here. Again, I apologize. My fingers and everything in the way, but it's what I'm working with, so I can't take them off. I guess actually I could, but that wouldn't be fun. Cram a little in there. Finger wipe. Okay. Working with bigger E-clips, like on cars, is a lot easier. There. That feels pretty good. MOA on this is, I believe, 1/4 of an inch for 25 yards, something like that. You should be able to get dialed in pretty good, whatever you're trying to hit. There. Stay. Get this little guy set here. Take one of these 90, almost 90 degree, I don't know, what is that? 75-degree needle nose. And pop that sucker in there. Alright. Not too bad, but that's kind of what it looks like. I believe I got all the pieces in there. Here's some AMSR or whatever they call it. Hopefully, because of the price of ammo, I'll be able to afford to take a couple buddies out to the shooting range and sight it in. Wind her up and put it about the middle. Go over and come back, make sure all the threads feel nice. I think that's about it. If you'd be so kind, can you tell me how many points of the First Amendment you heard me exercise during this little video? Once again, it's freedom of speech, right to assemble, freedom of religion, right to free press, and redressing grievances with the government. All necessary, vitally important, and I hope you all are blessed. I stand in love with you. Questions, comments, go ahead. I'll get to them eventually. And thanks for inviting me into your lives and allowing me to share with you. Goodbye.